Hi, so glad you can join me today. We are covering 3 myths about the plank. I'm going to save the most controversial one till the last. So stick with me. My name is Margaret Martin. I'm a registered physical therapist, certified strength and conditioning specialist, and I see so many planks done wrongly and people wanting to improve their core strength, but not quite doing it right. So let's get started. Myth number 1 is holding a plank longer is better. Studies have shown that holding a plank for a shorter period of time is much healthier, and also that rather than try to make the plank harder by holding it longer, rather, there are so many variations that you haven't explored in your plank if you are needing to hold your plank for more than 30 seconds. When it comes to variations in the plank, you can use things like gravity, changing, where your feet are resting, changing where your hands are resting, the angle of your body, whether you're from your knees or whether you're from your toes, whether you're lifting one foot, whether your hands are on a ball, whether your feet are on a ball. All of these variations will make your planks more exciting to do and allow you to fatigue within that 30-second time frame. Myth number 2. I hear it all the time. I know planks are good, but my wrists don't let me do it, or my shoulders don't let me do it. Well, that's either because you're doing the wrong plank, your form is wrong, or you're starting too aggressive. Now, I won't, disagree for those of you who have serious shoulder pathology, you may be torn thing, you have some arthritis, absolutely. But if you have regular shoulders, I'm going to allow you to explore the planks in angles that you didn't realize were considered still a plank. And some of these angles are starting the plank simply with your forearms on the wall. And then from the wall, moving down to doing it from your countertop. And if you're so fortunate to have staircase in your household, you can go from the 4th step to the 3rd step to the 2nd step. I'm not talking about doing all this in one day or 1 week, but rather progressing, even if it takes you a year to progress. A year from now, you will have a much stronger core if you permit your body to progressively strengthen both your shoulders and your core simultaneously. Now, for those of you who don't like to weight bear through your wrists, you notice that all of the planks that I brought up in this example didn't involve any wrist weight bearing whatsoever. But I would not discourage you from also, once you have all that strength in the shoulders and your core, from reintroducing the plank, working from your hands, either again, starting from the wall and then working your way down through the countertop to the 4th step, 3rd step, 2nd step, 1st step. Again, just allowing that progressive, slow weight bearing so that you can build up an entire stronger upper body and core. The 3rd myth about the plank is that they're good for your back. So what is the plank strengthening? The plank is strengthening the transverse abdominis muscle. And this is a muscle that acts exactly like a sling or a back belt. It wraps around your body, and yes, the fibers attach into the thoracolumbar fascia of your back, and it is so important in keeping your back strong. And so in that way, I totally agree that it does that. However, if your plank is done incorrectly, it will actually hurt your back. And you will know that immediately. The body is so kind to let you know when you go into your plank pose, if you feel back pain, it's going, this pose is just too hard at this moment in time in your day, in your life, and how strong you are at this time. And so you might then choose to do an easier plank. It doesn't mean that planks are not accessible to you. It's just that the plank that you chose is making your back sag. If your abdominal muscle, if that sling of beautiful transverse abdominis and obliques are not there to support your back in the position it needs to stay in, but rather if you looked at yourself sideways, that you would see yourself sagging and your hips are dropping, that you're not able to keep that straight line between your shoulders, hips, and knees, then that is simply just telling you that you're working too hard and you need to take a step back so that you can then take a step forward and progress to allow the plank to do exactly what it should do, is to make your back stronger and fitter. So I hope that these examples of how myths that are created within the simple exercise of a plank are corrected so that you can start to strengthen your core today. If you are interested in strengthening your core, I strongly encourage you to check out my resource, which is a book that I wrote on strengthen your core. Thank you for joining me, and stay well.